Okay, I'm back. I'm ready to go. What do we got? We got Eliana here. Wait, we got a lot of people here. Ooh, Liam. Good to see you. Glad to see that you're here. Eliana's here with some prayers. Excellent moderator. Good to see you here with a lot of prayers. A lot of prayers. And we got Easy Market. Yeah, Sisu Paul. That's me. And we got Ghana. Hey, good to see you. Hey, everybody's here, man. Please like, share, and subscribe. Good to see N. N is here. Jolynn, good to see you here. And what else we got here? Who'd I miss? Hey, Struth, good to see you here. Glad to see everybody here. Shalom, AJ. Good to see AJ here. Welcome to everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, it's Snoggle. Good to see you, Snoggle. And I don't know, I didn't see Fake Human, but Weird Planet. Good to see you here, everybody. I got a lot of stuff I want to get to. I got a lot of videos. I want to continue with the delusions and the madness, the psychosis of these Krishna people, these gurus, these followers. Us, we were once delusional. I was delusional. I was believing in this Krishna shit. I was believing in Prabhupada. I was believing in disciplic succession. I was believing in scampradayas and sampradayas. I was believing in pure devotees and spiritual transcendental bliss and ecstatic symptoms and all of that crap. I was believing in all of that. I got out of it. I came to my senses. I got out of it. A lot of us did. Some of us did. So I want to get back to that. I got a lot of stuff I want to show. So let me get right to the opening. All the new people that are watching, I got a lot of people watching. Welcome. My name is Mike Sandoval. I was in the Hare Krishnas for 20 years. I've been out for about 14 years now. And I'm going to talk about cults. I'll talk about cult leaders, cults. Going to watch some cult stuff. Going to have some fun. Where's my have fun? What do you guys want to do? You guys want to have some fun? How about this? All right. All right. Let's get into it. Let's go right into the opening, everybody. The magical opening.
Hello?
Hello.
All right, I'm back, and thanks for sticking that out. Hey, yeah, we're going to do all of that. We got Fake Human, Rafal, good to see you here, buddy. Fake Human, good to see you, chasing after that Kiwi. Who else? So we're going to have a good time, which is what we always like to do here. Man, where is it? That's what we like to do here.
Just what is it that you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. We want to be free to ride. And we want to be free to ride our machines without being hassled by the man. And we want to get loaded. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do.
That's what we're going to do.
We're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a party.
Yeah! Absolutely. And we're gonna do a little of this.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
And we're gonna do a little of this. All right. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna get into and Duke, if I didn't say hi earlier, good to see you. All right. Okay, so thanks for joining me, everybody. I wanted to start off with something I just found out. I'm going to start off with this. Hey, it's Don. Hey, Don. All right, big hand for Don. I'm always excited when Don comes in and says hi. How you doing? Good to see you. So this is something I think that a lot of us can relate to. I want to start off with this because I don't know where else to start off. I'm going to start off with this. This is an old-time devotee, and as you know, this cult gets you nothing. It gets you nothing. And so here's a story on the internet, on the pod page. I just saw this just now, so I wanted to mention it. So ridiculous, okay? It is so ridiculous. It's sad. It's really sad, but I'm going to show you how these guys are, and so all you new viewers out there, you take a look at this. You got this. I'm sorry. Here it is. This Shama Sundar. So this Shama Sundar. I'm going to go ahead and read what it says here. No, I'm going to go to the. I'm going to go. I'm going to go GoFundMe page. I'm going to show you that. I'm just going to go and show you this, and we're going to start there. We're going to start this GoFundMe page. Okay, help Shama Sundar chase the rhino. Okay, this guy's 84 years old. Says, "Dear devotees and friends worldwide, please accept our humble obeisances." Blah blah blah. Many of you know Shama Sundar Das, one of Srila Prabhupada's earliest disciples, initiated in January 1967 in San Francisco. Shama Sundar introduced Lord Jagannath to the Western world, carved the first deities, created the first Rath Yatra. In London, he built the temple at Bury Place, befriended the Beatles, and scammed George Harrison to Krishna consciousness. He pioneered the India Yatra and then served 3 years as Prabhupada's personal secretary. Shama Sundar played a key role in establishing the Hare Krishna movement worldwide. Few have spent more intimate time with Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so he did all this. Why does he need a GoFundMe page? Why is he doing GoFundMe? I don't understand. What's the problem? Today, at 84 years old, I'm glad you asked, Mike. Today, at 84 years old, Shama Sundar Prabhu continues his service through his acclaimed 3-volume memoir, Chasing Rhinos with the Swamis. He has promised Krishna to complete the audiobook editions of volumes 2 and 3 so that Srila Prabhupada's glories can reach more souls for generations to come. Each book will be 20 to 23 hours long, and the project will require about 3 months to complete. Now, after decades of dedicated service, Shama Sundar needs support to cover his medical bills and rent so he can pour his whole heart into completing these final 2 audiobooks in his remaining time. It is with urgency that we appeal to the global Vaishnav community for your generous support. Your donations will help secure recording equipment, and basic needs and housing, allowing him to dedicate himself fully to this final service without anxiety or distraction. You know, I don't understand. I don't understand. Where's my camera? I'm not working. There you go. I don't understand these people. He's been scamming. He did all that work for Prabhupada, scamming. He scammed here. He scammed there. He scammed George Harrison. He scammed this. He scammed that. And what does that get him? What does that get him? What is 60 friggin' years of scamming? What does that get him? With his nothing. He can't cover his medical bills. He can't cover his rent. Oh, and he can't write his books. He can't do his audio books talking about Prabhupada. Oh, gee. Let me send him some money. These guys. So after scamming a lifetime of scamming, now the guy's 84 years old. He needs money for rent. He needs money for medical bills. He needs money to finish his stupid book project. So what does he decide to do? Oh, I'll just make a Go Scam Me account. A Go Scam You account. A GoFundMe account. I know. Chase the rhino. This guy. These fucking scammers. Hey Don. Hey, thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate it, really. He looks evil. These people have no shame. Scam after scam. The guy's 84 years old. He's still scamming. He's like, I got one more scam left in me. Believe me. I think at 84, I think I got this scamming down pretty good. I'm gonna do one more scam. He should have retired and enjoy his time living the rest of his life in peace, but no. He's got to write a memo. Yeah, he's got a scam. I got a scam. I'm not done scamming. These guys, they just can't just fade off and go chant Hare Krishna. No, because it's not chanting Hare Krishna. It's scamming. It's scamming somebody. If you're not scamming somebody, what good is it? And I'm sorry, but I think about my friends that I met that even as, you want to call them fringe devotee, whatever you want to call them, they're still scamming. I still got to scam. And my one friend, we were playing guitar. We were playing. This is Beer Lakshman, man. This is Beer Lakshman. When I first met him, I was becoming a devotee. I had a guitar, acoustic guitar. I took it to his house. He had a guitar, and we fooled around with the guitar. There's no big deal or anything there. But then I became a devotee, and we got into Hare Krishna. We played less guitar and more talking about Krishna, to the point where I forgot I even had my guitar over there. The guy hawked it. The guy pawned my guitar. Behind my back, he pawned my guitar, and then and I didn't even. It was months until I asked him. I was like, hey, I have a guitar. I left my guitar at your house. I pawned it. You pawned my guitar. These guys are nothing but scammers. Anyway, it's just that every time I think about shit in the past, that oh yeah, I remember that guy scammed. He scammed me with my guitar. It's just nothing but scams with these guys. They don't have, they can't. Okay, that brings me to my next thing. That makes glories of Prabhupada reaching more people, please. I know. I know. It's freaking insane. Go fuck me. No love for you. Go fund me. Go scam you is what it is. I'm a scam you account. I'm gonna scam you account. It's just making more. 84 years old. Okay, so I read this on the pod page, and it says he scammed Prabhupada. It says he scammed Prabhupada. It says this guy scammed Prabhupada for $5,000. It says here, this guy's a real scammer, right? He's like Scamish Sundar is what his name is. His name is Scamish Sundar. It says, so Pod says, and you got to take what Pod says with a grain of salt, but some stuff he gets right. He says Shama Sundar is now 84 and is struggling to meet his rent. He did a lot of service in the early days, but gradually he deteriorated and started to argue with Prabhupada over the temple finances. he borrowed 5,000 pounds from Prabhupada, that's like $10,000, and evidently did not ever pay it back. So according to Pod, he scammed Prabhupada. You know, he says here that Prabhupada told him, you can avoid paying everyone else, but you have to pay me back. So Prabhupada was like, you can scam it. I don't care if you scam others. You can scam other people, but you're not scamming me. And you gotta pay me back. So Scam Sundar started giving Prabhupada bouncing checks. And then Pod says that he tried to pawn off one of his bouncing checks on him. He says that he has this little daughter, Saraswati, was adorable in India, but I am told that she is now calling herself Sarah and is alienated from the religion. Yeah, I hope she came to her senses. She has nothing to do with it. And she is living like a modern American housewife. Good for her. That's what I say. I say good for her. Another Krishna kid who is not participating in ISKCON, I think for obvious reasons. So yeah, so this Scama Sundar guy, he couldn't even be a good father. Probably was not a good father if he was so close to Prabhupada, because Prabhupada's teaching him not to give a fuck about kids. And so now, you know, his according to this Pod character, she doesn't want anything to do with him or ISKCON. And she doesn't take care of her father. She's not caring for him. So that's the story there. So that's just another example of what this cult does. Exploits the labor, exploited this Scam Sundar guy, exploited him, and is still exploiting him because he's still writing books. He's still trying to raise money to get somebody else to pay for his memoir so he can continue to scam, and the temple can continue to use him to scam other people into this cult. It ain't nothing but a big fucking scam. And it continues. The scam goes on. As the scam goes on. It's amazing how delusional one can be at 84 years old for that long. Just for that long, man. Just like, I say this, some of these guys, they know it's a scam, but that's it. That's their job. What's he going to do now? It's like having a job. You go to a job, you don't necessarily give a fuck about that job, but that's your job. You pay the rent with it. It pays the bills. You know, you have a job at May Company or American Express, or I don't give a fuck about American Express, but that's my job. So I go to work every day. That's what I believe that a lot of these people are just like, this is my job. I'd rather do this. And that's delusional. That's delusional. You're delusional. Okay? You're delusional. Yeah, he should have done OnlyFans. He'd make so much more money at OnlyFans. Well, I don't know. It looks like he raised quite a bit of money, like $18,000. This guy's raised $18,000 scamming. He's raised $18,000. This fuck. 18,788 raised of 24,000. He wants $24,000, and he's made 18,000. This scammer. Scammer Sundar. That's all his whole life. Whole life of scamming. Can't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. It's messed up his brains. It absolutely. Same age as Trivikram Sex Swami. Probably got himself a new bride. Got extra sudden expense. Yeah, you know. You got a second wind. 84 years old. You got a second wind. You know, I hope I'm still kicking around and doing stuff at 84 years old. Absolutely. My dad is laughing at that 84 years old. It's a fucking joke. Everybody knows these people are friggin'. Everybody knows. No rest, even in old age. Lifetime of scamming, still going strong. I got one left. I got one. It's like an old rock star. He's like, I got one tour left in me. I got one album left. I'm gonna do it. I got my farewell. I'm 80 years old. I'm Paul McCartney. I'm 85. I'm 89 years old, but I got one more album. I'm gonna do one more. Yeah, your dad is something, man. So I tell you, hey, Dad, good. I'm glad you're home. I'm glad you're feeling better, Dad. Yeah, he left his service to Prabhupada to set up a dodgy rubies. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, he was into these gems. I remember reading about him. He was a lot of these guys. Just check the book out on Amazon. It has a lot of good reviews. Doubtless left by a fellow. Yeah. Left by I don't know where this Shama Sundar guy is. He's just a scammer. I mean, this guy is just okay. So, yeah, it's not a chant and be happy type situation. It's just not. It's never chant and be happy. It's just scam after scam and just, I don't know. I was always just wondering about, these dubious people, these conspiracy theorists and people with their scan and their water filters and this scam and that scam. And they're trying to make it like it's not a scam, like, hey, you want to buy a water filter? It goes under your sink and this, that, and and I was just like, that's a scam. Yeah, he scammed probably about 5,000 pounds. Yep, Scammer Sundar. Yeah, the Scammer Sundar. Yeah, well, he's still at it. I guess sometimes when you're a scammer, you just can't help it. You just scam everybody you come in contact. You scam. Okay, a lot of comments. I can't keep up with all the comments. I can't keep up. Another one for the wheel. Another one. Another day, another scam. Yep, he said, I got one more left in me. I got a couple left in me. 18,000. I know, man. They can't support themselves. They can't. They have no safety net, no anything like that. But they're gonna write some books. They're gonna raise some money, and you write a lot of books, $18,000, I guess. I mean, it is chump change for. He's not a guru. He ain't got that guru money. But he's got some good GoFundMe, some Go Scammy. Yeah, we're gonna have to add him. We're gonna add him to the thing. All right, so I got that out of the way. I just that to me is just. The scam goes on. As the scam goes on. The scam goes on. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, the scam goes on. It never stops. The scamming never stops, okay? The scamming never stops. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the basics. We're gonna start off with some knitting cult lady. Indra Yumna, he's like Tony Soprano. He's at the top of the food chain. He's at the top of the food chain. All right, we got knitting cult lady. She's gonna tell us about a little bit about cults, a little something about cults. Here we go. Whoops. Here we go.
So you're still not going to hear me talk about Israel, but I promise you this: the ism is never the problem. The ism is the belief system. I used to think the belief system was the problem too. I'm Daniela, scholar of cults, extreme groups, and extremely bad leadership. And when I was 22, 23 years old, and I was reading everything I could get my hands on about the Children of God cult, which was a Christian-based cult that I ultimately wrote my memoir about growing up in. And then I started reading about other cults like the Mormon polygamists, the FLDS, and the regular Mormons, Under the Banner of Heaven by John Krakauer. And I was really starting to think Christianity was the problem. And then I read a book on Scientology, specifically Jenna Miscavige Hill's book, Beyond Belief, about growing up in Scientology. And I recognized my childhood in her childhood. Very specifically, I recognized the child labor because cults are always about labor, but I didn't have the words for that yet. But that was when I realized, oh, the ism is never the problem. The belief system itself is not the problem. Cults don't give you a religion necessarily. They give you a world view. And I have written all about the cult worldview in my new book, The Culting of America, right? And you have to adopt this sacred assumption. But the worldview can be anything. You can literally write a science fiction novel and build a cult around that. It doesn't matter what the belief system is, and it doesn't even matter, shockingly, the amount of fanaticism devoted to it. That's why I don't agree that most fan groups are cults. What matters is the coercion and manipulation in order to exploit your labor. So it's never the ism, it's never the eanity, that is never the problem. Hope this helps. You can get signed copies of The Culting of America, my cult tactics book, attached here. And you could go through whatever Zionist group you have in mind as you are reading.
So, you know, and that's what I've been saying from the beginning. And she used a phrase that was very, very poignant. She said she didn't have the words for that yet. She had the idea in her head, but she didn't have the words. She didn't have the phraseology the words to describe it yet. And that's important because a lot of times we hear something and we say, "Oh, that's the same thing I was thinking," but I just didn't. I didn't verbalize it, or I didn't, conceptualize it in those words in that way. But that's what I was thinking as well. And a lot of these things, she's really good at at applying the psychology to the cult experience. And that's why she's really good. I'm really into this other girl now. I found this other girl that's really good, the Britt Hartley woman, but she's more on the psychology part, whereas Knitting Cult Lady is she's more in the cult area. So that's the difference between the two. I have another one of Knitting Cult Lady. This is really good. And this is really good because this is she's reading from the girl that wrote the book about her yoga experience. It's very similar. It's very different, but very similar to ISKCON. And I want to make sure I'm not missing any. I want to make sure I'm not missing any trolls. Yeah, cults are always about labor. Cults are always about labor, and exploiting and labor, exploitation of labor. Okay, this one is really good. It's kind of long, but here we go.
Today for Devotions with Daniela, we are reading This Incredible Longing, Finding Myself in a Near Cult Experience by Blair Glazer. And this is a near cult experience with yoga, as many of y'all have asked for. Chapter 5, Knots of the Heart. At a sidewalk cafe with a bright yellow awning in West Hollywood, I sat with my legs crossed, sipped a $4 coffee, and jiggled my foot. The cute scene partner in my new acting class was late, and I really hoped he wouldn't stand me up like the actress who'd left me waiting outside the movie theater, minutes creeping past the start time, or the classmate who'd said we'd meet Friday morning and then never called. When I saw these students in class, they simply said, "Oh, sorry, I totally forgot." The cafe was filled with fit blondes leaning in toward each other across metallic tables that sparkled in the sun. In my mind, I cast them as various biz people. That one's an agent. There's a screenwriter. That's a table of TV actors. Until my scene partner's chiseled face appeared in the entrance and I uncrossed my legs. He ordered a soy latte and launched into a tedious commercial for his new commercial agent. "One national is all it takes," he said, referring to big deal, non-local commercials while stirring Sweet and Low into his mug. "And you can, live on the earnings for a year." "That's great," I said, scanning once more for anyone noteworthy, wishing I'd worn my sunglasses to make it less obvious. "So what are your thoughts about the glass menagerie? Because I'm feeling very nervous about this scene. It's such a classic." "We'll be fine. Did you see Kilmer in The Doors? Oh my God, he totally nailed it." The conversation flipped between commercials and Kilmer's totally rad performance for the remainder of our chat. In contrast to flaky actors, people at the Siddha Yoga Center were attentive, warm, and I could plug myself into conversations that mattered. I used to cringe when Gabby spoke of herself as a devotee, but as I got to know the devotees in LA, Nada, and the few friends she introduced me to, I felt a kinship with them. It was a relief to be able to discuss transformation and some of the new books I was reading. A collection of talks by Guru Mai, spiritual autobiographies like Play of Consciousness by Guru Mai's guru, Baba Muktananda, and Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. I ate up any book that revealed how to win inner freedom by committing to spiritual practices that quieted your ego, and to a meditation master who showed you your true self. Akira was one of my new center.
See, this is, and this is how it happens. This is how it happens. It's, she's just going, she's hanging out, she's in an acting class, whatever, and she gets sucked through yoga, through these books, she gets sucked into a cult. And it just happens. And she's not trying to join anything. It just happens. And people don't understand how this shit happens. People just don't understand.
Friends who taught me about the Siddha Yoga path, people, and practices. "Don't put your feet toward the chair," she whispered one Saturday night as I unfurled my legs from their crisscross position toward the front of the hall. In India, it signifies disrespect. "Thank you," I whispered back, recoiling my legs, a twinge of embarrassment coursing through them. At the end of the program, I followed her out of the hall and discovered we were both actors from New York. "How did you get involved?" I asked, waiting in our socks on the Amaret line for cups of chai. Hers were red and blue, striped, fancy, like she'd picked them out to wear for the program. Akira's New York acting teacher had told her to repeat the mantra along with doing specific sensory exercises to attune her instrument. She started having intense spiritual experiences, seeing blue light and rainbows of color flow inside of her. When she asked the teacher what was happening, he introduced her to Siddha Yoga. After getting a decent role in a famous indie film, Akira was having trouble getting cast in New York. She thought in part due to her being Asian. So she asked Guru Mai what to do next. She landed in LA after Guru Mai told her to move where the work is. Interactions with Guru Mai had a sort of magic that led to better outcomes or deep contemplation. Siddha yogis, like the yogis in the books I was reading, turned to their guru for guidance on major life choices. The guru was said to have a broader perspective on the blueprint of your soul, so her guidance was elevated. Sometimes the guidance was direct and accessible. Other times it was cryptic. One actress I met told me about struggling to film a scene in a major motion picture. After 6 takes, she still hadn't given the director what he wanted. She went to see Guru Mai, who was visiting LA, and knelt for darshan with the weight of this struggle on her mind. When she lifted her head, Guru Mai looked right at her and, as if reading her thoughts, asked, "Are you doing the mantra?"
See, see, I didn't. I seriously. I mean, I knew that these yoga cults and this stuff, these Guru Mais and all of these people. I know that they're out there, but like, I didn't realize, you know, like they got a center in Santa Monica, they got a center in Beverly Hills. There's these fake guru scamming people they're everywhere, and ISKCON is one of them. You know, but there's others, and they're everywhere, and people all over are having the same type of experiences with these yoga cults. The same things that we had with ISKCON. I seriously, I had no idea. I mean, I know that, you know, like the Rajneesh people and you know, and some of those people, but I didn't understand how or realize that these, like what you're saying here. I read this comment. Was it so he said these yoga studios equals scam center, and that's exactly what it is. It's a big scam. It's just more scamming. But this girl wrote a book. It's really interesting. I haven't read the book, but I've heard her read a lot of it, and it's really interesting. It's called, I forget what it's called, but you can check it out at the Knitting Cult Ladies YouTube channel. I think Prabhupada stayed at John Lennon's tent. Yeah, he did. He stayed there. He was there for like 2 weeks or something. I forget. I read. It's interesting because I read the John Lennon book. There's the John Lennon book that author wrote. A very controversial book because it just is. He's the same guy that wrote the Elvis book and a few other books, but he wrote the book about John Lennon, and he writes about John Lennon's Prabhupada coming and staying with John Lennon at the mansion. He mentions that in the John Lennon book. So I already was familiar with that episode, but not from the ISKCON perspective. But yeah, the ISKCON perspective is that, you know, it was not a great time. John Lennon did not like them. He didn't like them being there, and he was trying to get rid of them. He was trying to get rid of them. It was not a good. And ISKCON wants to make it out like, oh yeah, Prabhupada and John Lennon and this and that. Bullshit. Yeah, I think yeah, they didn't like him at all. They didn't like him. They didn't like him at all. You know, I've been to Rishikesh twice, and I didn't go there. I didn't go there, and I don't know why. I mean, I wish I would have. I was right there. In fact, I went for a walk one day, and I must have walked like right. I must have because I walked down that. I didn't know I was walking there. I must have walked right by it. I must have walked right by it. Cult is like quicksand. The more you give yourself in, the more you're gonna sunk. Yeah, it's. What is this? When I was 18, I did Inyagar. I know that guy. I was the only dude in a class of 25 women. They all looked like cult knitting cult lady. That's funny. Yeah, that's why I didn't know. I didn't even think. You know, I would have checked it out. I would have checked it out. Can you check and see if Ghana is being blocked? Okay, I'll do that, absolutely. Let's see. Let me get back to the next video, and I'll check on that for you. We did that one. Okay, so this is a good video. This is somebody, I don't even know who this person is, but I came across this video, and I thought I would share it with you. Oh, yeah. He had bad experiences with the Maharishi. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, yeah, he was. I guess he was skeptical of Prabhupada. I guess. You know, I think. I think he wrote the song across the universe about Prabhupada. I don't know. I don't know. With Maharishi, wanting him to give up smoking and giving up meat and giving up whatever. He didn't. Lenin wasn't. He wasn't into that. He wasn't into giving up anything. He's like, I'm working too hard. I'm working too hard. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. What do you know? I'm not giving up anything. Hey, Ed. I had to pay the security 100 rupees to get in the ashram. I had a young tourist dude. Yeah, you know, you tell me things like that, it upsets me because I wanted to do that, and I don't know how I don't know how I spaced out. Okay, here's this lady talking about delusions, the guru delusion. Imagine that.
Ever handed over money, time, or trust to someone who promised to raise your vibration, sell you some ashwagandha to lower your anxiety, or the key to finding the perfect partner, and then you didn't vibrate, you're still anxious and still alone? It wasn't your fault you fell for it. Some people are professional manipulators, marketers, narcissists, even healers. They sell certainty. They prey on our hopes. But critical thinking protects you. It spots the red flags before they become regret. To learn how to see the game before you get played, tune in to the Wise Smart Women podcast. No, Ryder, I'm not buying you puppy ashwagandha for your anxiety. Ever handed over money, time, or trust to someone who promised to raise your...
Yeah, I have. I handed over. I did. I absolutely did. I absolutely did. I handed over my time, my money, a lot to a scammer, and scammers, and I didn't get anything in return. They took my time. They took 20 years. They took 20 years of my life and thousands of dollars in bullshit, and I got nothing. I got nothing to show for it. Absolutely nothing. And I think we all. I think we can all relate. I think we can all relate to that. Let me see. How can I? I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to. I think Ghana may have gotten. He may have gotten somehow. Let me check the setting. Let me see what he did. What did he do? Did he ban himself or something? Sorry, folks. I guess something happened here, and I don't. I don't know. I don't see where he's banned or anything. I don't see. No, I don't see that anything's wrong. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so. Okay, here's one about, and watch a little bit of this. This is about cluster B personality disorder. So these are the type of people that be gurus, delusional, religious delusional freaks, narcissists, and I don't know what. Oh, is Ham Sandwich here? Hey, Ham Sandwich, good to see you. Glad you made it. Let me get this video. Let me get you this video. A little bit of this, because this is a good one as well. Here we go.
I'm going to be talking about in this video. I'm Dr. Tracy Marks, a psychiatrist, and on this channel I talk about mental health, education, and self-improvement. If you don't want to miss a video, which you don't, click subscribe and the notification bell. Today's topic is based on a viewer question from General Repair, and Mr. Repair has asked a couple of times for me to discuss this and has been very persistent. He even asked that I share his question, which I will do in excerpts. Dr. Marks, just checking in with you. A while back, I sent you an email about cluster A, B, and C personality disorders. Still waiting on that video. I have my alert bell waiting for that video to come out. I'm excited to see, yet just checking in with you to see if you made any progress or any plans on putting it out soon. Thanks again. Then he goes on to say,
what would you tell someone who knows exactly what to do but can't make themselves do it? That gap.
Having bipolar disorder and next episode and hypomania is hell. You don't get along with other people. You treat your family like crap. Do you treat your colleagues like crap and can't get a job? Your wife is miserable. Your kids hate you. Most days you feel like you're better off dead. I'm such an
Yeah, it sounds like a guru. Sounds like an ISKCON guru. You don't get along with other people. You treat your family like shit. You treat your colleagues like crap. You can't keep a job. Your wife is miserable, and your kids hate you. Yeah, that sounds like an ISKCON guru to me.
Extrovert. I had to close my Facebook account because I Donald Trumped the crap out of Facebook, got myself in a lot of trouble with friends and family, which no longer talk to me because I have nobody but my wife and kids left. He goes on to say, having bipolar is like Satan. The devil lives inside of you. There's no escape from these feelings of depression, anxiety, and these crazy, ridiculous thoughts. The constant negativity, everybody constantly complaining about how awful of a person you are, it wears on you. This is by all means no life, no enjoyment. I enjoy nothing, never happy. Yeah, I know what you're going to say, cognitive behavior therapy. Dialectical behavior therapy doesn't work. Medication helps, but it's not the answer. I just keep waiting for life to get better, but it doesn't.
Have you tried washing little rocks and putting faces on pebbles and bathing them with a little ladle? Maybe that'll help.
Patron. Thank you, General Repair, for your transparency. There's a lot mixed in with this question, and he was commenting on a video on mixed mania, but embedded in this question is the overlay of an illness like bipolar disorder on top of a personality disorder. You can see this with the mixture of some of his comments, like his kids and wife hating him and him Donald Trumping people on Facebook and turning people off. Bipolar disorder, which is a mental illness, doesn't make you do these things. It doesn't even make people hate you. Your underlying personality that comes out full force when you're ill is what makes people dislike you. So just to make sure you understand what I've just said, your personality is your hardwiring and how you react to the environment. But if you have an illness like bipolar disorder or anxiety, those disorders disrupt your equilibrium and can bring out the negative aspects of your personality even more. But those illnesses themselves don't make people do things to hurt other people. So what is a personality disorder? A personality disorder is a pattern of inner experience and behavior that deviates from the expectations of a person's culture. That's the official definition. What's inner experience? Let's look at the classic filled glass example. If you see this as half full and I see it as half empty, we have two different perspectives based on our inner experience. Mine is more negative and yours is more positive. Both perspectives are still correct though, but they take on different or opposite tones. Also, with a personality disorder, this pattern of inner experience and behavior must affect 2 out of 4 areas: the way you think, the way you express emotion, the way you relate to people, or your impulse control. Also, the pattern of inner experience and behavior is inflexible, and you see it show up in multiple areas of your life. The pattern also goes back to late adolescence or early adulthood. And the pattern leads to problems like either internal distress or problems in your relationship or your work or school. There's 10 personality disorders, and they're clustered into 3 groups based on characteristics that these personalities share. With cluster A personality disorders, people appear odd or eccentric. I'm going to use the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders to
Hey, it's Queen. Good to see you. Good to see you here. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you've been busy. We've all been busy. We're all doing our thing. I see that you're busy, and I see what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Let's get. I want to get to cluster B. Is what I want to get to. But let's just let it play on. This is really good.
define the disorders. The first cluster A personality disorder is paranoid personality disorder. Paranoid personality disorder is a pattern of distrust and suspiciousness. These people interpret others' motives as malevolent. Schizoid personality disorder is a pattern of detachment from social relationships and a restricted range of emotional expression. So this is the loner who's not very emotionally expressive. This can be mistaken for a person with autism spectrum disorder, but with autism spectrum disorder, the person has developmental delays as well, and they have more severe social problems. Schizotypal personality disorder is a pattern of acute discomfort in close relationships or cognitive perceptual distortions and eccentricities of behavior. And this would be the person who may be heavily into paranormal experiences, and they usually don't have close relationships with people. With cluster B personality disorders, the person appears dramatic, emotional, or erratic. The four cluster B personality.
So these are your guru. These are your religious, delusional, guru, ISKCON, gurus and followers are going to be in this B personality type mostly. Although, like the other lady was saying, they can have multiple things going on at the same time, and
disorders are as follows. Antisocial personality disorder is a pattern of disregard for and violation of the rights of others. These people tend to get in lots of trouble with the law, or they chronically break the rules without getting caught. Borderline personality disorder is a pattern of unstable interpersonal relationships, self-image, and emotional expression, and they have marked impulsivity. This person's life is very chaotic. Histrionic personality disorder is a pattern of excessive emotionality and attention seeking. This is the person who is very dramatic and extreme. They may appear superficial, wearing their emotions on their sleeves, and considering any and everyone their dear friend. Narcissistic personality disorder is a pattern of grandiosity, need for admiration, and lack of empathy. Lack of empathy means that the narcissist doesn't appreciate the other person's needs. With cluster C personality disorders, people tend to be anxious and fearful. The cluster C personality disorders are as follows. Avoidant personality disorder is a pattern of social inhibition, feelings of inadequacy, and hypersensitivity to negative evaluation. These people tend to be very anxious in social settings.
Yeah, absolutely. Duke. Hey, Jenna Morning. Good to see you. Glad to see you here. Back in abnormal psychology class. Love it. Yeah. You see, the thing is, and this is what I'm saying, and I know you agree with me. If you were to take videos of these gurus, some of these gurus, like Gaura Hari or Sri Dayananda or Bhakti Vikash, any of these guys, videos of them in their daily activities. They're normally, like a video of the guy with the rocks and him dancing around in front of all those women and just show show this lady, just show this woman the videos that we watch, and have her say, what the hell is going on with these people? What is wrong with these people? Listen to these people talk. What's wrong? Tell me what's going on with this Gaura Hari when he's berating this woman, and saying that it's not a cult, but she's got to come in, she's got to do this, she got to do that, and all of this stuff, and then how he's a Jesus, and Jesus sent him to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada came to him in a dream. And, what's going on? I want this lady to tell me what's going on with this woman. I want this woman to tell me what's going on with this guy. That he goes on YouTube and he says all this stuff. What kind of condition does he have? Yeah, I mean, everybody's got something. But how much of it? How much of it is what it is? Does it interfere with your daily life? Does it interfere how you act on the bus when you're going to the store? Can you take a bus without talking to imaginary people or getting in fights with everybody that's on the bus? Can you have a normal relationship with your kid? Can you have a normal relationship with other people without thinking that Jesus sent you to some dead guy who appeared to you in a dream and told you that you're Superman? And then some God came to your disciple and told that disciple that yeah, you're really the guy. I mean, that's normal? That's normal?
Can look very similar to social anxiety. Dependent personality disorder is a pattern of submissive and clinging behavior related to an excessive need to be taken care of. Obsessive compulsive personality disorder is a pattern of preoccupation with orderliness, perfectionism, and control. A person can have a mixed personality disorder that's a combination of a couple of these disorders. Usually the combination stays within the cluster though, but it doesn't have to. So is a personality disorder a mental illness? Although these patterns of behavior are considered disorders in our Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, we don't think of them as illnesses in the same way that we think of schizophrenia or bipolar disorder, depression, or even ADHD. With these illnesses, we see disruptions in brain chemistry that are responsible for these illnesses. But the personality disorders are patterns of thinking and behavior that just develop with you. And we all have characteristics of some of these.
John's with Gaura Hari. He's a Gaura Hari. He's a Gaura Hari guy. So he worships a dreaming. He worships a dreamer. He worships this guy.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
He worships him. Well, we all have issues with our upbringing, with our culture, with our parents, with our siblings, with our educational system, with our chemicals in our head, our dopamine, the way we process dopamine, all of those things. Everybody, everyone's got something. But yeah, so we're all vulnerable. We're all vulnerable. But some people who have more of one thing are going to be more of something else, and everybody else is going to be more normal because they don't have too much of this or not enough of that. All the chemicals are right. Everything's pretty much within the comfort zone. It's when they're up or too much or too less, then that's when the disorders or whatever. Hey, Contentment John, good to see you here. Buddha's your guru? That's just it. Being mentally balanced is able to see and control your emotions and behavior patterns with the sane discretion. Yeah, and if you have a disorder, you're not able to do it. You're not able to. Yeah, I know. My girlfriend thinks I'm crazy too. It's just what can you do? Yeah. So not only do the gurus have a disorder, but these followers have a disorder. The disorder where they have to, they need a person, and that's gonna be one of my next videos. Is gonna be, let me see where are we here? Excuse me. Okay, I think I'm going to do this one now. This is called the neuroscience of religious delusion. Okay, and it's long. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but I'm going to stop it. But this one's really good too. It's surprisingly easy to get drawn into ISKCON in the beginning because you don't know anybody. You don't know any better. You're like the girl at the yoga studio. You don't know. It's vulnerable and naive with language barrier in non-English speaking countries. Yes, and I think that's why there was a mad rush to go get new territory in non-English speaking countries. Because it's easier to scam them. It's easier to scam. I'm telling you, man.
He believes in nothing.
He believes in nothing, Labolsky, nothing.
Okay, here we go. We're going to get to the nothing in a minute, too.
Eclipses, earthquakes, and other inexplicable phenomena were attributed to God or gods. However, as our knowledge of the natural has grown, so the dominion of the supernatural has been pushed back. With no other way to explain them, it's reasonable that feelings of love, hope, joy, power, significance, and transcendence, experienced in a religious context, might be attributed to God. But what if there's a natural experience that feels just as one might expect an encounter with God to feel? What if there's a process that reliably elicits this experience in most people? And perhaps most importantly, what if Christianity, whether intentionally or not, makes use of this very process? I'm John Hunter, and for more than 20 years, I've been looking into these questions. Religious experiences, and by that I mean experiences that feel like encounters with God or the Holy Spirit, form the foundation of belief for millions of people around the world.
What would you tell someone who knows exactly what to do but can't make themselves do it? That gap has...
If you ask a friend who's a Christian what their conversion story is, if they weren't a Christian all their life, it's incredibly rare that you find somebody saying that they read a particular argument and they just suddenly drop to their knees. Rather, it's usually something more experiential. Maybe the arguments that they're reading inform something that they've experienced, or maybe they have an experience that is informed by things that they've read, sure, but it's the experience, it's that feeling that actually causes somebody to convert.
Alex O'Connor is, of course, a renowned non-believer, but analytical philosopher and Christian apologist Dr. William Lane Craig, who you may know from his debates with Christopher Hitchens, Richard Dawkins, Sam Harris, and others, says very much the same thing.
I think that the fundamental way in which we know Christianity is true is through the inner witness of the Holy Spirit. I do not think that arguments and evidence are necessary in order for faith to be rational or for you to know that God exists and has revealed himself in Christ.
It's so nice to see believers and non-believers agreeing on something. My interest in the topic began in London in 2003 when I had an experience that at the time I was certain was a profound encounter with God. Describing a religious experience is not like describing a red toolbox you'd like someone else to find in another room. You can't provide objective dimensions, angles, colors, texture, or mass. What I can say about the experience is that I was filled with a sense of love, hope, joy, power, significance, and transcendence. As much as these words can capture the ineffable, I was overcome with emotion. I was crying shamelessly. My cheeks and neck and shirt quickly became wet with tears. And as I was having this experience, I simply knew that God was real. In fact, when Dr. Craig describes his own conversion experience and his profound encounter with God, he could easily have been describing mine.
Out to him, and I felt this tremendous infusion of joy filling me. It was almost as though I was a balloon being blown up until it was ready to burst.
I mean, this is the same crap. This is the same crap that John and Lolita Gunga and Noodles, this is the same shit that they say. They cry, laugh and cry. They feel it. It's a feeling. Everybody has a feeling. Christians have a feeling. Everybody has a feeling. In fact, the argument is that's the only way, is through a feeling. He said, although the Hare Krishnas, a lot of these Hare Krishnas, we watch these Krishnas and they go, well, when I read this book, the arguments, Prabhupada says this, Prabhupada says that. It's rarely do they say that they have an experience, a feeling. Them, it's Prabhupada's books. It's his words, what he says, the manipulation, the whatever. These religious people are having a feeling. Christians and Lolita Gunga is laughing and crying. Feelings. Feelings. It's feelings. I mean, people laugh and cry about a lot of stuff. People have feelings of hope and joy. People feel good, feel ecstatic all the time. People can hear a song and have a memory of something they did when long ago. The song reminds them of something, and they can start crying, have tears, and get all. Is that God? Did God come to you and write in a song? You just, and like he said, you can't share your God experience with me. Like it's a red toolbox that you're going to go in the other room and get the red toolbox. It's red. It's about this big, about that high. It's got a thing on the side, little handle on the top. No, I can't. You can't describe. I can't get your spiritual, religious experience from you. Because you're describing something. No, I have to feel it myself. And if I don't feel it, I don't feel it.
And I just began to cry. All of the tears of bitterness and anger that had built up inside of me just came flooding out, and this tremendous joy came flooding in. I rushed outside. It was a warm September evening, and I could see the Milky Way stretching from horizon to horizon. I looked up at the stars, and I thought, God, I've come to know God. And that moment was a turning point in my life.
My experience was so compelling, so convincing, so real, that I quit my job and began working for the church. For months, I was on a spiritual high, but 3 months after the encounter, I sank into the most agonizing depression of my life. It turns out that what I'd been through was not a religious experience. It was a manic episode. This is the elevated side of the bipolar disorder mood spectrum. And so I wondered, if I could be fooled by a natural experience like this, could other people be fooled by similar natural experiences? In just the last 5 or so years, researchers found that people with bipolar disorder often interpret hypomania and mania as religious experiences. So, other people can be fooled by these natural states. However, bipolar disorder only affects about 1 to 2% of the population. So my initial thoughts were that mania could possibly explain some religious experiences among people with the disorder, but that it didn't have much relevance for anyone else. After being lucky enough to experience mania in 2003, at least from the perspective of understanding certain religious experiences, I was lucky enough to endure a psychologically abusive form of personal development seminar known as a Large Group Awareness Training, or LGAT, in 2010. It was through my participation in the seminar that I first realized that practically anyone will experience hypomanic or manic symptoms if exposed to established triggers of bipolar disorder in a controlled environment. These seminars promise participants a powerful experience they refer to as a transformation. And to achieve this transformation, they put people through days of psychological stress, using exercises and interactions to generate high levels of guilt, shame, inadequacy, uncertainty, and fear.
Because you're so stupid. You don't even know why you're here. Because some of you are so stupid. I pushed the right button. Don't worry.
So I'm gonna cut right to the chase. So basically, what he found in these large group transformation, these are like these Anthony Robbins and Course in Miracles or whatever, these things where they put you, lock you in a room with a bunch of people and they treat you like shit for all day, for 2 days, and then you come out and you're supposed to be like this different person. It's a weird type of thing. I've never done it. I've talked to people that have done shit like that. It's basically, what they're basically doing is they're like inducing a manic episode in you, and it creates a state. It's supposed to create some kind of state of mind, but what he's saying is that these people that go through these LGATs, these large group action therapy, whatever it is, they have what you would call a religious experience, but it's without religion. It's just going through this transformation thing. It's like a manic religious delusion. It's a similar type of thing, and what it shows is that these religious experiences, these religious delusions, they can create them. It's not that, people say that they just have them. I got the Holy Ghost or whatever. But what he shows is that you can actually induce this type of response in people. Kind of like how when we would dance in a kirtan or at the Rath Yatra, and we would raise our levels up and releasing all this dopamine, whatever is happening, and we can go, wow, that was like it was a religious experience. It was like Krishna was there, man. It was like Chaitanya was there. It was like Gaura Hari is sitting there going, yeah, I'm the guru, man. I'm the guru. And I'm teaching and I'm giving and I'm this and I'm that and I'm self-realized. And they're going, yeah, you're the guy. This is freaking psychosis. But it's induced. It's created. It's created. This is a really good video. It's called. This guy's got a book called Manufacturing Mania: The Dopamine Hypothesis of Religious Experience. Really good video. Really good. This video is quite long, but anyway, it's called A Dose of Reason: The Neuroscience Religion of Delusion. The neuroscience of religious delusion. So you can see when you really start to study these cults, the cultic behavior of some of these religions, these gurus, you can see how it can all be explained through psychiatry and psychotherapy. These people are nuts. And when I say they're nuts, literally they're nuts. They're having bipolar episodes. They're having delusions of grandeur. They're having religious messiah complex, God-man complex, all of these things. This is what's going on. This is, if you really get down to it, that's what's going on. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, who hasn't, stood at the beach or on a nice, looking at the horizon, nice view of the horizon, watching the sunset, and said, "Wow, man, that was amazing. That was really beautiful. Look at the sky; it's beautiful. Look at those colors." And think, "Wow, what an amazing, what that can be like a religious experience. Anything can be a religious experience because we call the dopamine and the firing of neurons in our brain. We say when it gets really heavy and it's like, woo, we go, wow, that was like a religious experience. But that's all it really is. It's just the firing of the neurons and the dopamine and the chemicals being released and all of that. It's not because some God man is giving you some kind of realization because he's self-realized and because some dead guy came to him in a dream and told him, yeah, you're a guru.
But he didn't have that dream. I did.
All right.
Yeah, so that's another good video. I want to get to this. Really, the star of the show today is this girl that I showed the other night. Let me see. So this is a new woman that I found, and she's pretty funny. She's a real character. Okay. She's a real character, and I've watched a couple of her little short videos. I wanted to share it with you because I just think I think she's a lot of fun. She's having a good time like me. She's having a good time. And she was in a cult. She's a cult survivor, and that's what these people don't understand. That those of us that have been in a cult, we understand. We've got it. We experienced it, and like some of us, not all of us, but like some of us, we've researched cults. We've learned about cults. We didn't just leave and then that's it. We've actually said, hey, I want to know more about this whole thing that I just went through. I want to know what just happened to me. How did this happen? Why does it happen? How the fuck? What the fuck? Everything. And so I like this. I like this girl. I want to show you this.
Hey everybody, my name's Leah Lauder and I'm a mega church cult survivor. I was in a cult for 18 years. If you're watching this later on YouTube or Instagram, welcome. So today I'm going to be talking about religious psychosis, and this is a very important topic. I've seen a lot of severely indoctrinated people within these high control group settings, and they have just been doing and saying the most. One thing that I've seen circulating around is that, because people, when they convert or they talk about Christ or whatever, they're getting labeled as religious or spiritually psychotic. They're also trying to play victim and act like people are just throwing these terms around. The second argument basis for this human fecal matter is when people say that they believe in angels, or they think people believe in crystals, because what it is with this group is they're very ignorant, indoctrinated, discriminative, EVIL, wicked. They don't want to learn about other practices or beliefs or anything like that. They just demoralize it. They beat it down. They're very awful. For that reason, the ignorance has got them outside in these streets saying, "Oh, when they say they believe this, they don't get called." It's spiritual psychosis is an umbrella term, my love. Like autoimmune diseases, you can have FND, you can have Addison's, you can have all types of diseases that fall under the autoimmune diseases. It's a huge umbrella. There's hundreds of different diagnoses, my love. So with spiritual psychosis, we're not just talking about the Christians, my love, because there's a lot of people in spirituality, they call it spiritual awakening, but there's a fine line between spiritual awakening and just being absolutely crazy. Okay, so that is where we bring in the spirit.
There's a fine line. There's a fine line between spirituality and just being fucking crazy. Okay, that's what she said. I love this girl. She's really good. She's really funny.
Spiritual psychosis analogy, so that we can look at the symptoms, and it's not in the diagnostic chart, so it's not like psychosis or schizophrenia that is a recognized, like medical term. These are symptoms that are exasperated as a result of being in a hyper religious environment, and we can tell through their behavior. This is going to be quite high level learning, and I'm including it for myself, Chair, because when I was reading it, I was like, woo! But we've got to stretch ourselves, guys, to really understand what's going on. So I'm going to do my best with it. I'm not a qualified doctor, Chair. Do you know what I mean? I'm just a small social scientist there. I'm just at master's level. All right, but let's get it. Understand religious or spiritual psychosis. We need to define it. So spiritual psychosis is a state where spiritual or religious experiences become so intense that they impair the individual's ability to distinguish reality from perception.
There you go. So, these people who are claiming to have some kind of religious experience or some kind of ecstatic symptoms or to be some kind of in touch or dead people are coming and talking to them in their dreams, and they believe it because it's not a dream, it's real. It's not a dream, man. It's not.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
He had a dream. He thinks the dream was real. He thinks this. You can't tell me that's not psychotic. If you think that your dream is real, and he's saying
he didn't have that dream. I did.
He didn't have that dream. I did. I had the dream. I mean, you gotta be friggin' a delusional, psychotic, whatever, to I mean, or you're just.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
Meditation techniques in moderation is very brain healthy, but the greedy trap is wanting more happiness and getting hooked into idol worship and psychotic, hellish journeys. Yeah, I think, I think this idea that I'm going to keep going, and then they say that I need a person to take me there, and then I got to worship this person. I mean, it gets into Delulu land. I mean, really, it does. I've come to realize most people in the cult have some level of craziness. Yes, they do. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people have reached rock bottom in their lives, and then the cult gives you more trauma. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we don't mean to kick you when you're down, but hey, take a book. Well, yeah, here's a book. It's insanity. He's the chosen one. That's why he had that dream. You can't tell me that anybody. You can't tell me that he's not psychotic, thinking that he had a dream, that the dead person came to him in a dream and told him that he was a guru. He didn't just come and have a dream. He actually came to him, because it wasn't just a dream. It wasn't a dream. It was a real. It was real. He came to him. He came to him in this dream, but it wasn't a dream. It was a real meeting of the minds. Otherwise, it's just a dream. Otherwise, it's just a dream, but it wasn't. It was really him coming. That's psychotic. And then to believe that Krishna came and talked to your other disciple and told him that, yeah, I mean, the whole thing is insanity. It's insanity. Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
It's that that I love that boom, 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 It's all It's mental. It causes mental illness. The guru system, Parampara, Sampradaya, cult enforcement of requiring someone else to bring them to a higher state. It causes mental illness. It causes mental illness. It causes mental illness. Okay. So I don't know if you've seen this guy. This guy on the internet. He's like a. Okay, so there's a lot of weird guys on the internet nowadays, right? They're claiming to be this guy and that guy. There's the Chinese school teacher who claims to be like this professor, and he's explaining, the Iran war and China and all of this stuff. And there's a lot of guys like that. They just come out of nowhere, kind of like how I did. They come out of nowhere, and they're like, they're like authorities, so here's this one, and I've seen his videos where he's talking like he's an authority on stuff, and I don't know, maybe he is, maybe he was somebody, but I came across this other video, how this guy's really like a cult leader, and maybe you're familiar with this guy.
What you'll learn in this video will shock and disturb you.
I'm talking to Chase Hughes. You've looked at how a lot of these psyops that have been used in the military are actually being used to influence American society today.
Charlie Kirk was just assassinated. Is that a psyop? Is the Epstein a psyop? I mean, Ukraine, China,
all psyop.
Everything.
And it gets deeper. Like there are step-by-step programs they have for creating a Manchurian candidate.
The CIA is on record creating Manchurian candidates that can assassinate, quote, American officials.
Do you think we're in a false reality?
I think this is a simulation.
You do?
Yeah. In the DMT state, you get close to the wall and you can see code that looks kind of like alien writing.
This is reality being replaced layer by layer. There are 6 layers, and you've only seen the first one.
Hey, you come in here. You come in. You got a lot of nerve coming in here. You got a lot of nerve coming in here. I can tell you that right now. You got a lot of nerve coming in here. That's why I know you're full of shit. I know you're full of shit. You know the truth. You know that. You know the Guru Hari's full of shit. You can't. You gotta come. You gotta come back in here. After what that fucker put you through, you can come back in here. I feel sorry for you. I really feel sorry for you. I hope you can get out of that fucking. I hope you can get away from that fuck. I hope you can get away from that fuck. I hope you get away from that fuck. Yeah, you are full of shit. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You worship that guy. You go in his channel. You worship that snotting piece of shit. You went running back to that piece of shit. Lying to him. You went back lying to him. And he put you through a humiliation ritual and you gladly went through it. And then you want to come back in here? You fucking psycho. You're a fucking psycho. You need fucking help. You're no different than Lolita. You're just as fucking psycho as she is. You're psycho. You're just psycho like all of them. Yeah. She's fucking insane. She's fucking insane. She's gonna come back in here. She come back in here because she knows. She come back in here because she knows this is the truth. She knows that we're the real people. She ain't got nothing. She ain't got nothing in common with those freaks. But she's gonna go hang out with them because her husband loves. She's married to a guy who loves that piece of shit. And he's no different than this guy.
That you wake up with dread and blame yourself for it. It was designed. That is the program running.
Fear is the number one easiest way to control human beings.
What you'll learn in this video will shock and disturb you. Not because it exposes some secret, sinister government program. Not because it reveals some hidden psychological warfare system. But because it shows you something much simpler. It shows how paranoia is manufactured. It shows how a person can build influence and gain millions of followers by cultivating and spreading fear and paranoia, and make a lot of money in the process. The disturbing thing about this is just how simple the equation is. Many of us are anxious for understandable reasons, just as many people have always been anxious. Our fear makes us easy to manipulate. This video is about a man named Chase Hughes.
Chase Hughes.
Chase Hughes.
Use fear. Use fear and fairy tales to control people. But not only control people, but manipulate them, exploit them, humiliate them, embarrass them, try to break up their marriage, break up their family. Paz his brother doesn't see his Paz doesn't see his brother anymore. His family doesn't see his brother anymore. He believes in this bullshit. Now he's wrapped up in this bullshit. He doesn't even see his family anymore. And this Anke, this Radhe, like, she's not Radhe. She ain't no fucking Radhe. She ain't never chanted. She ain't never done anything to have the name Radhe attached to her. She's never chanted. She's never done anything. She's never done any service. She's never done a fucking thing. But she wants to be called Radhe because this Gorahari character is fucking got her. It got inside her brain and put his fucking mental delusions into her brain. And now she's mentally deluded. And she's so mixed up that even though she comes in here and she knows the truth, she knows that he ain't shit, she can't get out of it. That's how sick and twisted this bullshit is. If she can't get out of it. And even though she can't get out of it, she's stuck in it, where does she come? She comes in here. Nobody is your friend. We're your friends, but you stab us in the back. We're trying to help you. You want to go over there. You want to go over there and act like and then lie like you didn't send those emails, like you didn't do all the shit that you did. You're gonna lie. And he's still humiliating you. And I hope he sees this video. I hope he sees this video of you in here, so he can put his foot down on you again. Because here you went on this show and told him that you wouldn't come over here. You weren't, and now here you are. And now here you are. You know, I really don't care. The only thing I care about is I hope you get the fuck out of there. I hope you get the fuck out of there. No. This is her service. This is her service to Gorahari. Is I'll go over there and then I'll report back to you what he's doing, just to show you that I'm with you. I'll even report back. I'll even go over there and I'll report back. I don't give a, you can report back to him. Tell him I said to suck my dick. That motherfucker can fucking suck my dick. You go back and tell him that. You go back and tell Gorahari that I said he can suck my dick. Fucking piece of shit. How about you tell him that? And you can tell your husband, I think he's a fucking pussy. He's a fucking pussy. He doesn't stick up for you. You go back and tell him that. Go back and tell him, Mike said you guys are fucking pussies. He said for Gorahari to suck his dick and for my husband, he's a fucking pussy. He doesn't stick up for his wife. You go tell him that. Fucking piece of shit. You told Gorahari that he didn't care about you, and then he said it's true. Gorahari doesn't give a fuck about anybody. I've been saying that since day one. We've all been saying it. Been saying that he's a piece of shit. From the first time I laid eyes on that guy, I said he was a piece of shit. I didn't know anything about him. And all I've done is just confirmed that he's a big giant piece of shit. Every day, the more I learn about him, the more I good. Go drum. Go drum. What are you sorry for? Look, you want to be with him. You want to be with him. You sent me an email saying that you saw the light. Where's your email? I'll read it. Let me read this email. Let me read this message that you sent to me. Oh, I don't have it anymore. Oh, here I do have it. So what happened? So what happened? It says, Mike, last few weeks were like a roller coaster for me. I realized I put my trust in the wrong person, but at the same time, contacting you has brought me to my destination. Oh, I thought you got to your destination. I thought I got you to your destination. I admit I listened to you explaining how you feel about your experiences in KC. Yeah, because it's just about my experiences. It's not about anything else. But in the end, we all have our path. Okay, we all have our path. And mine is to be a true follower of Srila Gorahari. Well, gee, that was just a week ago. What happened? I thought you were a true follower of Gorahari. He is the light in your life. He's the light in my life. He brought my dying Casey back to life. You may not agree, but if you really listen to him, you would realize he is really special. He's really special.
I can dance. You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Yay!
You may not agree, but if you really listen to him, you would realize he's really special. You laugh about his appearance, his clothes, you call him names. Yeah, I do. I absolutely do. I absolutely do. But you cannot place him in a box. He is far more above the Vadis. Oh, he's so much he's so much above the Vadis. Oh my goodness. Like you know all about Vadis and cities, and you know all about that stuff, right? Because you were initiated by Briga Govinda, and you never chanted anything. You never did anything. You never chanted, never read anything. But somehow you know all about the Vadis and the cities and the Rupanuga. You know all about all that stuff, right? Somehow, by listening to him. But I can't place him in a box because he's far above. He's so far above. Oh, he's beyond me. I mean, he can talk He can talk circles around me, that's for sure. Oh yeah. And then you thank me. You say, thank you, Mike, for bringing me back to Srila Hare. So I guess you were being, so I guess you were being sarcastic when you were saying, thank you, Mike, for bringing me back to Srila Gaur. Were you being honest or were you being sarcastic? What was that all about? So what is he? So what has he kicked you out again? Did he kick you out? Did he kick you out again? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He just. Oh, he kicked you out again. Oh, what did you do this time? What did you do? Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so I didn't watch the video, so I don't know I don't know anything about you. I don't know I didn't hear you talk. I didn't see you and your husband. I didn't see anything. So I don't know anything about. You present like someone who did a lot of drugs. She's a drummer. She's a drummer and she likes Metallica and Green Day. So you can do what you want with that. So I want to know, why did he kick you out? Why did he kick you out? Because you like to play drums? Why did he kick you out? I know he put her through the ringer. This is really disgusting. The guy's a real piece of shit fuckface. He put her through the ringer to let her back in, and now he kicked her out again. Why did he kick you out? Why did he kick you out again? What did you do? Because it had nothing to do with me this time. I had nothing to do with What did he do? What did he do this time? What did this fucker do this time? And I could have told you this was gonna happen. Yeah, Eliana is good person. But I want to know what he did. I'm really pissed off that after I'm really pissed off at him for putting you through the ringer, making you write a letter, making you go online, making you do all this stuff, and then he kicks you out again. And it shows you what a piece of shit he is. I did nothing. Oh, you must have done something. So this is how he treats women, I guess. Hold on a second here. Shit happens. Yeah, especially when you're in a cult. Shit's gonna happen. But let's see what's going on with these people. You want to see what's going on with these people? Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with these crazies. Oh, it ended? It ended. Oh. Let's see what's going on over here.
of ID Bhakta. You will die and you will be an external devotee. That means you didn't make it, man. Lord, Lord, and I'm sorry, we can't save you. Yeah, come back to the earth and meet a real devotee and see if you get inspired by what the real devotees teach. Yeah, like here. Right now is your chance, man. Right now you can hear Lord Chaitanya and follow in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya, who showed the path by example. Oh, my guru Ishvarapura, you're so ecstatic, man. Wow, that looks so great. I don't want to, okay, wife or husbands. And
My advice to you is to get the fuck away from this guy and get the fuck away from your husband. That's my advice to you. My advice to you is to get the fuck away from these people. That was my advice to you from the very beginning, is to get the fuck away from these people. These people are insane. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Glad to see you're in here. Glad to see you're here. My advice is to get the fuck away from these people. Every single one of them. Absolutely. I agree. It's psychological abuse, cruel mental manipulation. You need to seek professional counseling. You should seek professional counseling. You should absolutely seek professional. You should go get counseling, free counseling. You should go get. I don't know where you live, but if you have free health care, which if you live anywhere but the United States, you should have free health care. You should go talk to somebody. A professional. You should speak with a professional. I'm going to tell you right now, because it ain't going to get any better. It ain't going to get any better. You need to go and you need to get away from this guy. You need to get away from your husband. You need to get away from this guy. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't care. I'm going to tell you right now. You need to get away from all of these people. This is cuckoo's nest. It's a goddamn cuckoo's nest. And if you stay in there, you're just as cuckoo as they are. He's a fucking nut. He's a fucking nut. He thinks he's friggin' he thinks he's friggin' God.
all these opulences, mystic. No, just let me taste what you're tasting. Let me lick that honey. Yeah, see, there's all glory in that. Look at your example. You're so free, so carefree and happy and liberated without even trying for it. Just because you chant in ecstatic love is so tasty. I want to taste that. There you go, people. This.
Oh yeah, you know, it's always nice. It's always nice when your closest friends, when your closest cult member friends can just get on the internet and just start talking shit about you. And it starts talking shit about you. And these are the people that are supposed to be your friends. Look at these people. Look at these people. Look at this fucker. This Gaurahari Das. Does that look like a self-realized soul? Does that look like like someone who's going to give you love of God? Look at him. Does that look like someone who knows the glory of the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? It's never too late to start again. You know what? Absolutely. And if you want to drink, if you want to have a drink, have a goddamn drink. If you want to drink, have a drink. Who says you have a drinking problem? Because you want to have a drink? These people are insane. You gotta remember, these people are insane. Yeah, evidently he's deaf, so he doesn't have to listen to Gaurahari. He can't hear.
Oh God, Troubles. Oh, Freddie, are they going to have troubles? Oh, yeah. Troubles, troublesome life. A lot of work, man. A lot of rituals. Oh, rituals.
Guy's insane. Guy's insane. Yeah, footsteps of Lord Chaitanya, fairy dancing, dressed like a woman, transition into a 12-year-old bend over gopi. Yeah, he's getting crazier since I exposed him as being a psycho fucking cult leader. I've seen him go. He's crazy. He's certifiably crazy. Yeah, definitely. He seems like he's going. Yeah, I got a great video coming up. I know that I got a great video coming up in a second here. Yeah. So as you can see, being in this cult, it doesn't do any good. You answer to this guy. It doesn't matter. He put her through the ringer. He made her do a humiliation ritual with her husband online, which I didn't show. I didn't even watch it or show it because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You didn't have to do anything for me because I don't care. I don't care if you're in his group. I don't care if you're married to that guy. I just want you out. I want you safe. I want you away from these people. I want you to have a healthy mental, to be in a healthy mental state, not to be in the fucking in this. Good. Play your drums. That's good. You should play your drums as often as you can. Last night, I was at my monthly meditation and recovery group. A lot of ex-cult people with stories of psychological abuse and mind fucking. That's what Anke needs. She needs a support group. She needs a group, and we can be that group if she wants to come and be part of our group. And she can. I had no idea that this guy would kick her out again. This guy is a real scumbag. I feel like going on a crusade against this guy just for the way he's treating this woman. I mean, what did she do? She did exactly what he asked her to do. This is why you can't. This is why I said from the beginning. This is what I said from the beginning. This is never going to work with her and her husband and this Gorahari guy coming between their marriage and her reaching out to me and all of this stuff. I knew from the beginning that it was. Well, it sounds serious. It sounds serious, and it is. You're in a cult. And I'm sorry to tell you that you're in a cult, but you're in a cult. And I'm sorry that your husband's in it. But your husband is in a cult, and you're in a cult, and it's not healthy. And I'm really sorry, and I apologize that I went off on you earlier, but I didn't know that he kicked you out. That's a whole nother thing. Man, that's a whole nother. I got to have a drink. That is a whole nother issue. That's a whole nother issue. I thought, I thought you were back with him and you were coming in here to fuck with me and to play around and fuck with me. That's what I thought you were doing. I had no idea that he kicked you out. I had no idea that he would be that low. After putting you through shit. That he would kick you out. if you're out of this cult, be sure to stay out and get some help. You need, really, this going back and forth is not good. It's not good. It really isn't. And I'm really sorry to hear that you know, 'cause I figured that you would stay with him, stay with your husband. You and your husband be fine. He go, you wouldn't, and it's just, you know, and that was fine. I'm not like, this ain't a competition. I don't care. I mean, I want you safe. I want you out. I want you safe. But like, yeah, I can imagine that. My daughter's in the U.S. and I miss her. But you know, hey, yeah, she doesn't have to denounce him. I'm not making any demands of her. She doesn't have to denounce him if she doesn't want to. But I think that if what she's saying is the truth, I mean, I don't know. She doesn't have to denounce. I mean, if what she's saying is the truth, then she's got to come to her senses. She has to come to her senses at some point and realize that this guy is delusional. He's a psycho. He's a psycho. How could the age of the fucking guru is over? The enlightened master shit is a scam. I know it should have been over 50 years ago. Yeah, I hope you find the help and support. I really do. I hope you go live with your son. Go live with your son. Go live with your son and get away from these people. Get away from these people, man. This is.
Oh man, they're all going to give it to you, even in the name of Vaidhi Bhakti, right? The Narayan Raj group and the Vatican. Oh yes, Radhe. But work, man, build those temples, give us that money, you know, so that we can go around all over the place and.
Oh, doesn't he get money? Isn't he getting money too? I heard he gets money. I heard he's getting money. Hey, listen, I want to tell you, you sounds like you're going through some bad times right now, and I really feel bad for you. I really feel bad for you. I really hope that you get the help you need. I hope you get I hope you get the help you need. Yeah, absolutely. This guy is causing this woman all this mental anguish. Over what? Over what? Some friggin' stories about a goddamn transgendered homosexual in Bengal in the 16th century who was running around thinking he was God? Because of that, now her 30-year marriage and the man that she used to love, and now she doesn't know what she's gonna do. Her whole life is upside down right now. She doesn't know where she's gonna go. She doesn't know where she's gonna go live. She doesn't know what she's gonna do. Hey, Howard Johnson, good to see you, man. This poor woman, man. It's so sad. Once the institutional control starts, into institutionalization, then the cult control starts. You know, I really, all I can say for you is, if you need, yeah, I bet you do. I bet at this time, that's what you need is to go be with your son. That's what you need is to go be with your son. And I'm really pissed off that this guy, after all that after what he did with you, that he would treat you like that. I thought he's your guru. I thought he's supposed to have compassion. I thought he's supposed to have compassion and love and sympathy and caring. I mean, what happened to that? What happened to all that? How come your guru is? What happened? Yes, I mean, I feel really bad that I thought you were in here spying on me. I thought you came in here to fuck with me and to spy on me, and I was pissed off. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in here? But I apologize because now I realize that this guy, he's an even bigger piece of shit than I even thought he was. I mean, seriously, man. After putting you through the ringer, yeah, you might not want to hang out with her. You don't want to hang out with you don't want to hang out with her. But yeah, you need to go see your son. Look, everything's gonna. Yeah, I know you can and will be in a better and healing place, healthier place in the future once you have your life sorted out. Yeah, you are welcome here. You are welcome here. You're always welcome here, even if you're with that fucker. You're still welcome to come in here. I mean, but it really pisses me off, man. It pisses me off that he put you through the ringer, and then he kicks you out anyway. And like, it just the whole. The dude is a douchebag. Good, yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't know about your husband to let a man talk about you like that and come between you and your husband and break up your marriage. Your husband really needed to stand up for you. He really needed to stand up for you. I think I stood up for you more than he did. Yeah, I think you need to. I think you need to go see him. I think that's probably the best thing for you is to be with your family. And get away from these people, man. Get away from these people. Yeah, and we're all here. And if you want to reach out to Eliana, I'm sure you can email her. I'm sure she would love to be in contact with you. And anybody else that wants to get in contact with Anke, I encourage you to do it. She needs help. You want to call me? Send me a message when I'm done on here. You send me a message, and then we'll figure out what we can do. But mostly, I want to apologize for earlier because I went off on you. I didn't mean to. I mean, I meant to, because I thought you were spying on me, and it pissed me off. But what really pisses me off is this douchebag treating you this way. And I think I even commented that he doesn't. I commented that they're gonna treat you like shit because they don't care. They don't care about women. They don't care about women. They don't care. No. The only douche is this guy over here. This guy's a douche. This guy's a big douchebag. Okay, hey, so Anke, just enjoy the rest of the show. You're gonna learn something. There is life after a cult. There is life after a cult. Okay, let's see. Now, here's. Wait a minute. So I want to share this. I really like this girl. She's really good, and she's an atheist, but she's into spirituality, and she's one of my new favorite. She's not necessarily a cult person, but she's really into religion and spirituality and stuff like that. Well, some people do care. Some people care. I mean, all of us in here, we all care. If I didn't care, I wouldn't be on here. I wouldn't be doing this. Can we have a video call? Yeah, when we're done, when I'm done with this episode, it seems like you really need to speak with someone, and if you want to speak with me, that's fine. That's fine. So I want to show you this. I want to get to this. Here we go.
Hi everybody, Britt Hartley here, and I lied to you last week. I told you that this week I would talk about absurdism, but I had a series on TikTok go viral this week, and people begged for a long-form video on this topic, which is what kinds of societies create what kinds of gods. And as I am a servant of the people, we're going to do that first, and I'll do absurdism later this month. So this topic is very personal for me because this was a big reason why I lost my faith in theology school. This is what tipped the scales for me as far as the question of whether God creates us or we create God. So before theology school, I would have been sure that God created us. By the time that I got to my dissertation, I believed that we create gods. And I dropped out when I was at all but dissertation because what am I going to write? I'm going to write I Know Nothing, a dissertation by Brittany Hartley. So to this day, I am at all but dissertation in my theology doctorate program. And what I'm going to discuss today is a big reason why I felt like I couldn't write a dissertation in theology because I had lost my faith in God in the process. So I got very good at this game of what kinds of societies create what kinds of gods, to the point where you can give me a society and I will tell you the kind of God that they will create and I will be right. And then I got so good at it that I got to be able to do it with people. If you tell me what kind of God you believe in, I can tell a lot about you. Or if you tell me a lot about you, I can kind of guess what kind of God you would believe in.
What would you tell someone who knows exactly what to do but can't make themselves do it? That gap has a name.
So let's dig in. There are certain questions that we can ask of a society. We're going to do the society part today. I'm going to do like your individual God. I'm going to do that next week. So as far as societies, there's a list of questions that we can ask to determine what they're going to do with their God. So the first question to ask is always, how stable or unpredictable is the environment? So harsh, unpredictable environments, droughts, earthquakes, famines, they tend to create interventionist, punitive gods who demand rituals for protection. And if you don't do those things right or often enough or good enough, then you will be punished and there will be, an earthquake or a drought or whatever it is. And so this is based on our psychological needs. The more chaotic the environment we live in, the more rituals we need to calm down our fears and be able to function. So these gods are very moody. They will punish you. They require sacrifices and rituals because you live in constant fear, because you live in a very unstable environment. So a great example of this is just ancient Mesopotamia, where you have the Tigris and Euphrates. These rivers had very unpredictable flooding, and this led to very temperamental gods in that area. Stable environments foster gods that represent balance or harmony or the natural order or the cosmic order. So these gods don't require as many sacrifices. They don't punish as much. They're not as concerned with human behavior. Their job is just to kind of like maintain the cosmic order and maintain the stable balance of the environment that they live in. So ancient Egypt, for example, they still had floods. The Nile does flood, but they were predictable. And so that fosters more stable, orderly deities like Osiris, who doesn't really care as much about humans, but this system of gods kind of keeps everything running. So the next question is then, how agricultural is the society? So highly agricultural societies have gods that focus on fertility and seasonal cycles and prosperity. So like ancient Greece, Demeter was central as a fertility goddess, ensuring harvest.
So what kind of society needs a god that has sex with a bunch of little girls under the full moon down by the river? What kind of society is that? Is that a society that likes to milk cows and marry their women off at 11 years old? Is Is that the one? Is that the one? Anyway, this girl is really good. Her name is Britt Hartley, and it's called No Nonsense Spirituality. And she's got a lot of videos. She's been around for a while. This one is a year old, but I'm just now finding it, and I love these videos. She's really good. She has a degree in theology, and then she a degree in theology, and then I don't know what else she has. But it's a really good. She's really good. So here's one. I wanted to get this one. This is another video. I want to show a little bit of this.
The Messiah is probably the second most common delusion. Now, why would so many people think that? Well, don't forget that when the ego or false self collapses, what you're left with is your true self or soul. You see, when our ego is in control of things, we have this inner feeling that somehow we're not good enough, that somehow we need to better ourselves in order to justify our existence. And to do that, we need to be something that we're not. And this is the ambition of the ego, our false self, to build ourself up in almost like an artificial way. Then, when that ego drops, how do we feel? We feel perfect, limitless, sacred. So in a sense, we're actually trading one delusion, the delusion of the ego that actually we suck, for something that's quite the opposite. And so engulfed in this feeling of perfection and sacredness, and without the rational egoic mind there to tell us otherwise, it's very easy to jump to the conclusion that we have become Jesus, our culture's strongest symbol of sacredness and perfection. And now it's true not everybody thinks of themselves as Jesus. People from other religious traditions or cultural backgrounds often identify with another religious figure. For example, people of the Islamic tradition might identify with Muhammad or see themselves as another prophet. But this idea of being the Messiah is by far the strongest image. And for women, if they don't...
So, when you realize you're this guy and you suck, and you're nobody and you're nothing, and you've got nothing and you can do nothing and you know nothing and you are nothing and you're just a big piece of shit, and you break down your ego, then you fix it by thinking that you're Jesus. You think that you're the Messiah. You're the God man, with no qualifications at all. It's not like he's like Bill Gates. Bill Gates is respected as a businessman, a computer guy. He invented Windows, whatever. And he worked hard to have that reputation as Bill Gates. And everybody knows Bill Gates or Warren Buffett or so many people in life have respectability. They have some prestige. Some they're known for something. They're known for something, and the rest of us, we're nobodies. We just go about our daily life. I'm Mike. You're Jolene or Rafal or whoever, or you're William Zoda, or you're Stunning Freddie or Fernando. But this guy, this is William Zoda, and he's not happy with being William Zoda. And Howard Resnick, he's not happy with being Howard Resnick. And Brian Tibbetts is not happy with being Brian Tibbetts. And Hugh Turvey's not happy with being Hugh Turvey. Because who's Hugh Turvey? Who the fuck is Brian Tibbetts? But Indrayumna Swami, now there's somebody. Gaura Hari Das, now there's somebody. Hridayananda Goswami, now there's somebody. They haven't done shit. Pagan Christianity. Hey, good to see you. Glad you're here. Yeah, absolutely. Stuart Smalley. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. And doggone it, people like me. Absolutely. Just don't make a movie about it. Duke of Squirrels. The oldest known told story was found in Indonesia 44,000 years ago. Humans are hardwired storytellers. Religion developed out of campfire stories. Absolutely. Caveman stories. Caveman stories. The guy was painting on the cave. He was drawing like he killed a bear. And he's like, oh, I killed a bear today. And he's like, dude, I'm going to draw a bear. He drew the bear, and the other guy came along and goes, what's that? And he goes, I killed a bear. He's like, ooh, I killed a bear. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm great. I'm the bear killer. And the guy goes, ooh. And he went out, he killed another bear. And the guy was like, wow, man, you're can I follow you? Because you're going to kill all the bears. It's so stupid. Something stupid like that. Something stupid like that. And then next thing you know, you got a bunch of people following this guy around because he can paint bears on the wall. Okay.
Do you know anyone who has grandiose delusions, meaning those delusions where people fantasize about success or ideal love? I'm a licensed therapist, and I'm here to tell you why people have grandiose delusions. Typically, people have grandiose delusions because they feel so insecure inside that they have to go over the top in order to find meaning in their life. Do you know anyone who has grandiose delusions, meaning those delusions where people fantasize about success or ideal love?
Yes, absolutely. We all know those people. We all know those people. We've been dealing with those people for a while. Absolutely. Okay, so I did that one. I did the other one. Okay, so I checked this guy out. I found this guy, and let's see what this. Let's laugh at this. Let's laugh at this a little bit.
Nityanam guys, I welcome you back for this episode. Today, first I welcome you all with my love and respects and the blessings of my Guru, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Shri Nityananda Paramashivam. Today, this video may be a little bit longer than the previous ones. I wanted to share something a little bit more in depth and various things that is going on. The first thing I wanted to share was, before meeting Swamiji, I had this realization. At that time, I used to read about Buddha, and then I read and listened to Osho, and then I read and mainly listened to Ramana Maharshi, and then I moved towards Swamiji, Paramamsa Nityananda at that time, now Nityananda Paramahansa.
Let me get on camera here for this. Oh my goodness. I don't know who's goofier looking. I don't know which one looks goofier. Yeah, I know his guru is this guy who's been accused of a lot of shit. His guru is a fucking scammer and a rapist. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, isn't that the guy?
Shivam. Delusion. In the West, we have this general understanding of God. Generation, operation, destruction. He creates, he maintains, sustains, and then he destroys. And these are basically his activities. God is the embodiment of these three activities.
What's with this shit on his head? I don't know. It's such a joke. It's such a friggin' joke, these people. These people, and can you see how they're all the same? They're all friggin' insane. They're the same and insane. They're all insane and they're all the same. Agora Hari, Hridayananda, Bhakti Vikash, Indra Yumna, this friggin' nut. I mean, look at this guy. Both of them. Look at the insanity of these people, man. Look at the insanity. Okay, we're going to do, before I get out, I'm going to do a couple of videos. Reach into the I'll have to check on Ghana after the show. I don't know what happened. I don't know what he did. That he like self-banned himself. I don't know. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did. Let me reach into this mailbag here. Oh, what do we got? We got. It's time for.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination, of imagination, of imagination, of imagination, of imagination.
All right, so let's see what we got here. Our first video in the Krishna zone.
My son made me switch from running.
Okay. So there was also Krishna. When they were dealing in politics, with Duryodhana, there was Krishna.
This is
Krishna is his friend, always talking with him, staying with him.
Okay, this is just a. That's just a lecture. That's just a lecture. I'm not going to go through that. Do that another time. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Whoops.
It was quite inspiring for me to hear that the greeting of the deities and the singing of Jamuna was going on, despite the fact that Prabhupada was no longer physically present. And I walked kind of numbly into the temple and saw that devotees were in a state of, you might call it shock. And then it ended. And then they went out the doors, front doors of the temple, and everything looked kind of like plastic. It was sunny, but unreal. It was like a movie set. And as soon as I got back to my office, which was very nearby the temple, I was summoned by Rameshwar, the temple president, that we should hold a news conference to explain to the main media what had just happened.
Oh my God. These guys, yeah. Michael Grant, what a scammer. What a big scammer, this guy. You know, this is what these guys do. They sit around, they get worshipped, and they talk about Prabhupada, and they get flowers around an egg, and they get prasadam, and that's it. And the guy's just nothing but a scammer. The guy's a fucking criminal, is what he is. The guy, like, for all the shit that happened while he was in charge. Fucking A, man. I don't know what hurt. What hurt? I don't know. I'm not sure what hurt. Okay, let's see. I gotta get back over here. Yeah, this Mukunda, he knows all this shit. He knows all this shit. He knows who's guilty of what. And this guy's a scumbag. They're all scumbags. They're all scumbags. I'm not watching any more Mukunda. Let me see what this is. Yeah, it's still very, it's just so friggin' weird that they got to separate the men and the women. The women got to be on one side and the guys got to be on the other side because we can't control ourselves. We can't control ourselves. We might grope or feel up one of the women. Well, we can't control ourselves. Although all we do is talk about how we're in control of our senses, and the karmis are not. But yet we have to keep our women over there, and all the men stay over here like a bunch of like a bunch of homosexuals. We got all the men are gonna stand over here and dance by ourselves, and we're gonna watch the women over there. I thought that was the weirdest friggin' thing. Like I don't get it. Like I understand it's not a place. It's not a dating site. It's not a nightclub. I understand it's not a nightclub, but it just seems, it's that purity culture that leads to abuse. It's the purity culture leads to abuse. When you've got women that have to be pure and chaste, and they have to look a certain way, and they have to be, keep their head covered and don't show too much skin. All that that purity shit is fucking a stepping stone to abuse and sexual abuse and domestic violence and all of that. It is. It just is. I know. I can't stand hearing. I don't want to hear him talk. I don't want to hear him sing. I do it for the content, but it's full of shit, just like his trash guru. Yeah, absolutely. They do. Vaishnavas seem to hate each other. That is the obsessive narcissist tendencies that drives them. It's that, oh man, that's the force that keeps them going, is that hatred. That hatred towards everybody. It's that hatred towards everybody. Yeah, I don't know. I think he planted that. Yeah, he's a scammer. He knows everything. He's like the black box. He knows it all. He knows it all. Boom, boom, boom. I can dance. Insanity on steroids. It's like, yeah, it's mental patients off their meds. It's mental patients when they take off their meds. Secondhand embarrassment. I know. This. That's crazy. Okay, I wanted to make sure I was caught up. Let's see what's this next one. I'm going to do a couple more. Going a long time, and this good rice is going along now.
Or someone says, clean the toilet, you will leave your enjoyment, surely, and you will do it. But if someone says, oh, take Mahaprasad, one Rasgula, then you will fight between service mentality and enjoying mentality, isn't it? Enjoying mentality should be ousted. And same mentality, actually, that one goes to sweep the floor or clean the temple or any such menial thing, same mentality, one should come to Mahaprasadam.
These guys are so delusional that they think that what they're saying is so important or so profound. They think what they're saying is so profound, so important. Like they're just giving these, like the wisdom of the sages. Like they're just so smart. They're so super white Hindu. Super white Hindus.
What mentality is that? Service mentality, service thinking, service capacity. If we are the enjoyers of the Mahaprasadam by the tongue, that is Maya. You'll find a description of this in the purports of Upadeshamrita. Who wants to enjoy the Mahaprasadam, he is in Maya. He is immediately captured by that Maya.
They're so full of
If
shit.
somebody says sweep the floor,
they're so full of shit. Everything they say, they're so full of shit. It's all just for self-aggrandizement. Wisdom of the dickheads. Absolutely. Wisdom of the friggin' dickheads, man. Okay, I'm going to do one more, guys. I'm going to do one more video. This is ex-Jagat Guru Swami from Prabhupada, then became Narasingha Swami from Sridhar, talking about God. Yeah, these guys are all scammers. It's like I'm gonna be an ISKCON scammer, and then I'm gonna go over here. I'll scam over here, and I'm gonna go scam over there, and I'm gonna go scam over here. Friggin' insanity, man. All right, let's see. Let me get one more. Man, the time flies by. I can't believe how the time flies. Let's see what this one is. This is gonna be good.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
Okay, what do we got? What did I miss? Who are you telling to fuck off? I don't know. Fuck off with that bullshit. Oh, he called his godbrother's black snake, specifically Tirtha. Yeah. Yeah, probably did do that. Guru Paloozas, man. Guru Paloozing. Absolutely. All right, I lied. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more video. Goddamn Prabhupada. Yeah, I know. So what's this? We got Oh. Let's see what this is.
Breaks your joints.
It's a commercial.
Tai Chi
It's an
builds them
advertisement
back.
for Tai Chi.
After 50, you need that. In 1 week, you'll see your energy. In 2 weeks,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey.
Hey, it's the sex mommy. It's the love guru. It's the love guru. It's the love guru. It's a sex mommy.
Alright.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
This is the stupidest thing you've ever seen. And do they have nothing? Do they have nothing better to do? Is this? Are they? Is this the stupidest thing you've ever seen? What the fuck is going on? They got this sex swami sitting in a chair, and then they're gonna pile on books, and they're gonna until they have as many books as this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. All you gotta do is have him sit on a scale, see how much he weighs. What, 185 pounds? This guy, 175 pounds, and then just say, okay, a case of books is 100 pounds. What the? Get that little girl away from him. Get that little girl away from him. She does not need to be anywhere near this creepy old man.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare.
It's like they just don't get it. They don't get it that they abuse their women and children. They just got to put the women and children in there. Like we know we've been accused of child sexual abuse, but let's just put some kids in here just to remind you. We just want to remind you that we abuse our kids. So let's put some kids in here with the guru. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Someone should also make sure अगर वो तुला उठेगा ना चेयर बैलेंस गिर के महाराज ना गिरे ऐसा कोई देख
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
आप ना महाराज के पीछे जाओ तुला इम्बैलेंस होके ना गिर के ठीक है ना
Let's crack the symbolic meaning behind the Swami being weighed with books. I don't know. I don't know if there's a symbolic meaning or if it's just the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But I would imagine that they're basing this off of some kind of pastime, some kind of ancient pastime that's described in the Bhagavatam, where some king said, I'll donate this much money, my weight or the weight, something. I would imagine, I'm sure it's got some kind of connotation. Yeah, taking photos like Santa and stuff. It's crazy. It's so stupid. It's so. With those sticks, we know what they do with those sticks. Yeah, This is a family show, Don. This is a family show. Okay, even though I cuss a lot. They're like, I don't think we have enough books. This guy, and they're like, no, he only weighs 115 pounds. Look at him. We don't even feed him. And they're like, no, it's not working. It's like, this thing is not big enough to hold the amount of books that we need. It's like, we need a lot of fucking books, okay? Whose idea was this? Oh, that was Murky Doss did it. Well, tell Murky Doss this is the stupidest thing we've ever seen. Okay, hold this book. Hold this book. Okay, now we gotta add another couple of books on this side because we gave him a book. What are you giving him books for? We put the books on this side, you idiot. Don't give him books. Then we have to put more books over here. What do you got? What a pile of BS. That system is being used still, Mike, for example. Yeah, I know.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Oh, look. They finally did it. Oh, boy. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Really, wow. Let's all clap, okay? Let's all...
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Sing with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
Yay! Okay, I think... I think that's gonna be it for me, man. I don't know. I think that's gonna be it. I think that's gonna be they're weighing the books. The books, we're weighing in with the book. Look at he's floating. He's up in the clouds. He's up and away, up and away. Am I beautiful? But what's he touching them for? He's supposed to be. Yeah, it's just nothing matters. Nothing even matters. It's just like nothing. Don, it's so funny, Don. Nothing matters anymore. Look, oh, they're so excited. They're so excited. Oh my goodness, it's so ridiculous. Okay. Oh, hey, listen, everybody. I had a great time tonight with you guys, and Anke, I'll send you a message afterwards. Can you believe this guy? Can you believe this guy kicked this poor woman out of the group again? You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put this out there. I'll put this out. You know, I think that everybody should go. I think everybody should go into his next live stream, whenever his next live stream is. I think everybody who cares about Anke or Radhe, whatever you want to call her, anybody who cares about her should go in there and tell him that he's a piece of shit. And how can you treat women like this? And how don't you have respect? How can you treat people like that? I think everybody who cares about Radhe should go into his live stream and talk about it and say, why are you kicking her out? What are you doing? Why are you such a piece of shit? Just to give him a hard time. That's what I'm saying. I'm actually advocating for that. I would say anybody who cares about her should go in there and say something. Imagine participating in Guru weigh-in and saying you're not. Yeah, I'm not in a cult. No, I'm not in a cult. No, not at all. That's funny. Every time I see these freaks still practicing this BS, I think when are they going to be banned for good from ruining people's lives? Absolutely. And spreading that shit, spreading that delusion, spreading that mental illness. You know, it really is. It's criminal. I've been telling you, it's criminal. It's criminal. Hey, thanks, Rafael and Tim and everybody, Howard Johnson and everybody. Thank you so much for sending in the videos, for joining in, for supporting Radhe. She's trying to leave this cult. I can't believe that she's still going through this. I thought it was all over with. I was, if she wanted to be in it, then let her be in it. If now they want to kick her out, and they're putting her through all this whole thing with her husband. And I really feel sorry for her. I'm back to feeling sorry for her. I feel really bad for her. And Gora Jesus needs serious help. I know, and he's driving He's driving his followers crazy. He's driving his followers crazy. This poor woman. I really feel bad. I really feel bad. I hope she gets out. I would like her husband to get out so that they can continue their happy marriage without this guy. They don't need this fucker. What the fuck is he what is he doing for them except breaking up their marriage? I thought it was supposed to be loving God and being happy and chant and be happy. No, there ain't no chant and be happy. Oh, they kicked her out again. I guess they kicked her out again. They kicked her out again, and now she's back. She's back here. She's back here. So yeah, they kicked her out again. So we'll see what happens on another edition of As the Loka Turns. I'll be back tomorrow. Find out what's going on. I'll let you guys know what's going on. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, hey everybody, hit that like, share, subscribe button. Don, thank you for coming in. Thank you for. I'll keep it clean. No, hey, you don't have to keep it clean, man. You didn't do anything wrong, man. Oh, because I said it was a family show. Yeah, it was a family. Hey, yeah, that was a good callback on that one. Yeah, Gorahari kicked her out of his cult again for the second time. All right, everybody. Hey, everybody, thanks everybody for joining in, for friending Radhe. She's having a hard time. She needs some friends. She needs a support group. She needs something. Let's all support her against this Gorahari character who's just a real piece of shit. So everybody have a great day, great night, great morning, great afternoon, great evening. If you're hungry, have a great brunch. Please stay out of a cult. Have a great luck. Stay out of a cult. And for all of you new people, viewers out there, and my old timers that watch all the time, but for all you new people, have never seen me as a Hare Krishna, this is where you get to see me as a Hare Krishna. Long time ago, I was one of them. And so, thanks everybody. Enjoy.
Whole world gone crazy! Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Just walk away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away. And there will be an end to the horror. Just walk away.